What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new football talk video, and today's topic is huge because none other than Mikel Arteta is the favorite to be the next Arsenal manager. Because listen to this, Manchester City's Guardiola and sporting director Chiki Begiristain and Arteta have met in the last few hours to discuss Arteta's future, and he was given their blessings to join Arsenal. And the appointment is expected very soon. What do you think about this, Arsenal fans? What do you think about this if you support any club? I think it would be an absolute disgraceful appointment by the Arsenal board to appoint another yes man. But that's what they want. Arsenal board have shown their colors time and time again. They have no ambition to deliver the league title back to the Emirates, back to Arsenal fans. They just want profit, and every year, no matter if Arsenal finish in the Champions League places or in the Europa League, they are in massive profit, and that's what they want. And Mikel Arteta has no track record of managing as a first team manager anywhere. And he could land the Arsenal job. It's just shocking to me when there are coaches available like maybe Simeone, Allegri, Luis Enrique is out of the job. He did a magnificent job with Barcelona. He won like 7 or 8 trophies, Luis Enrique. But now Arsenal want to appoint Arteta. This just blows my mind. And Arsenal have to be very careful what they do here. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you are new to my channel, subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a future video. And in this video we will discuss Arsenal's future, because this is a really crucial time. Look at Manchester United after Sir Alex Ferguson, and this is a big difference because Man United lost Alex Ferguson, and when they won the league title, Arsenal finished in 6th place in the Premier League, and they are nowhere near the league title. So Arsenal are in a much worse position than Man United was. And then Man United appointed David Moyes, who looked like a safe pair of hands, and it was an absolute car crash, a disaster. He didn't even last a full season, and Man United finished 7th in the Premier League. And Arsenal could certainly slide down the table if they don't get the next appointment right. And I've been reading you know, Reddit and other forums, and the Arsenal fans are furious about this because many people are asking you know, it's unfair to write him off and be disappointed that he might be in charge. But there is absolutely no reason why he should be considered for the role. He might have been the best assistant manager in the world, but still that doesn't give him license to land the Arsenal job. One of the most sought after, one of the biggest jobs in world football. And I know that Arsenal haven't won the league title in many years, but it's still one of the biggest clubs in the world, with one of the biggest transfer budgets, stadiums, fan base, you name it, Arsenal have it. And for Arteta to land that job would be outrageous, in my opinion, when there are people like Luis Enrique available, and it looks like Arteta is favorite at the moment. And also they are interviewing Thierry Henry, which would be another outrageous appointment, because Thierry Henry, just like Arteta, has no experience when it comes to top flight management. And many people give the example of Pep Guardiola, but that's 1 in a million that a former player manages a club and has the success of Pep Guardiola. And don't forget that they had Lionel Messi when Guardiola became manager, just Lionel Messi just about to hit his peak. So we have seen the stories from Wenger, Guardiola, Pochettino about Arteta and what a great guy he is, how intelligent, how knowledgeable, how tactically astute. He should try management at another club and not just go into the job winging it at Arsenal FC and try to learn on the job, because that's just a recipe for disaster, in my honest, humble opinion. But feel free to disagree with me in the comments below, and I could go on an hour rant about all the things that is wrong about that. And people are saying that surely Arteta cannot do worse than Arsene Wenger. Yes, he can. Oh boy, yes, he can. Because Arsenal, apart from their attack, are a shambles in terms of their squad. They have a leaky defense. They only collected 1 win in 2018 and 6 losses or 7 losses away from home in the Premier League, which is a shocking record. And yes, they have Lacazette. Yes, they have Aubameyang, brilliant strikers, but their midfield is weak, their defense is weak. They probably need a new goalkeeper, they probably need a new centre-back, they probably need a new defensive midfielder. And yes, attacking-wise, they have some good players, but I think they are yet to properly replace Alexis Sanchez. Mkhitaryan is not in the same league as Alexis Sanchez, but that's just my opinion. I think he's a level below that. And I think it's going to be very interesting who Arsenal appoint next. And if Arsenal get this appointment wrong, they could be really further away from the Champions League places than they were ever before. Because remember that Arsenal finished in the Champions League places like 20 or 21 seasons in a row. Now it's 2 seasons in a row where Arsenal are outside of the top 4, and I think there is a huge gap between the top 4 and Arsenal. Look at the points tally of the likes of Liverpool and Tottenham and compare that to Arsenal, and look at how well Liverpool and Tottenham have done in Europe. Yes, Arsenal made it to the Europa League semi-finals, but they fell short. I think the Arsenal fans want an experienced manager. They have been campaigning for change for years. They wanted Wenger out for years. And then to fall into Arteta as a Arsenal manager, it's just can't comprehend what the Arsenal fans' reaction will be. It will be Arsenal fan TV, popcorn and chill for days when that happens. Because if Arteta is appointed the next Arsenal manager, there will be riots in the streets, in my opinion. When there are managers like Luis Enrique, he's available, he would be the perfect job. He would be the perfect guy to guide Arsenal back to where they belong. And I'm saying this as a Liverpool fan. It pains me to see what Arsenal could be with the amount of money that they are earning. They have the highest ticket prices, I think, in the Premier League and probably in the world. They have one of the biggest revenues in terms of match day revenue, and yet they don't invest into the team enough in terms of getting the right players in each department. Yes, they bought a lot of really good attacking players. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mkhitaryan, very good signings, but they have been ignoring the midfield and the defense for years. And also they need a new goalkeeper, probably. Petr Cech is going down, Ospina is just not the answer. There is talk of Lucas Fabianski maybe going to Arsenal, but honestly, the biggest problem is the Arsenal board. And no matter which manager manages on Arsenal, if the Arsenal board keep this up and don't invest into the squad and don't give the new manager enough funds to invest into the team, then even the best manager won't be able to do much. But it's a big difference having Allegri, Simeone or Luis Enrique in the dugout to comparing to maybe Arteta or Thierry Henry, who have no experience. And Arsenal are not in a good place. I mean, they are not in the same position as Manchester United, where Man United won the title when Alex Ferguson left. And yes, Arsenal improved massively in the past 22 years or 21 years since Wenger became the manager. So I'm not really knocking Wenger's achievement, but they need a lot of new players. They basically need to buy half of their main starting 11 to just compete with the likes of Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, Manchester United, and we can't even compare them to Manchester City. Nobody at the moment compares to Manchester City in the Premier League, but we shall wait and see what happens. But let me know, guys, what do you think about this? I find this shocking news when I read it. I couldn't believe it, that Arteta will be probably the next Arsenal manager. The talks are very close, so let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later, guys. Goodbye.